Hello everyone, this is Joia from Avalon Rituals. Thank you so much for tuning into your reading for the week of the 1st of February. Happy Imbolc for everyone. I've pulled the cards already from the Light Seers Tarot and from the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, or Lenormand, as I've heard English people are saying. I want to go now into the energies of the tarot first. I'm gonna do the Lenormand second, and I want to say that I have like little building blocks when I do this. So I just want to create the building blocks. So these are the building blocks, and it could be that everything does not make sense until the weekend, and suddenly at the weekend you know, oh, this is what it is about. Sometimes it can be in the order beginning, middle and end of the week, and sometimes that could be like this being something at the beginning of the week and this at the end. So how it's going to manifest for you is a little bit more individual. I can always recommend to also check the energy update from the week before, just to see if you resonate with it, and therefore also I can recommend to check this reading again at the end of the week. All right, so we're going to start here with the Devil in combination with the Fool. The energy I get from this situation here is that there might be some behavior or a situation where there is still some toxicity involved, or maybe there was, because I do see that you are doing the jump, you're making the jump into the new. There is a chance given for you here to let this devil energy behind. Now the devil is everything where we are not free. Where do you still have attachment to an outcome, to a person? There might be a temptation for you. So that might be something to be aware of. If there's something that is very tempting but might not be for your best, or might not have your best interest in mind, then that should be something to be a little bit mindful yourself of. But I also feel like, especially when I have a look now onto the other cards already, I do feel like you have the chance to let something behind that is based in fear and in codependencies. May it be your own thinking, that you are going into a negative spiral of thought and you just can't get out of it. That could be your toxic behavior. Maybe you are in a toxic relationship, but always ask yourself, what has this situation to do with me? Because it's not always just the other person. It's also the question, why are you in this situation? And everything is serving us to see ourselves. And because everything, we create our reality, right? So everything that is happening in our reality is a mirror of what's inside. So if you are in a situation where you're like, well, this is a toxic relationship, or this is a toxic situation, ask yourself, why are you in this situation? Because you always have the opportunity to choose new. You always have the opportunity to make the jump and jump into the new, into the unknown, into more lightness of being again, and to have a brand new start. The Fool energy is the energy of having a fresh, brand new start, of letting something behind, of being courageous. It might be that you have a friend here helping you, because the Fool is also a soulmate card. So there might be a friend helping you on the way, and you have a companion that is helping you doing or making the jump. But I do feel this week it's going to be about seeing your own toxic behavior that might keep you in a situation. May it be outwardly projected or manifested, or may it be something eternally. Because the devil can come up if you sit alone at home on your sofa and being like self-pity and being in victim mode and being just like, oh, everything is always so hard. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it can be quite harsh sometimes to see yourself truly. And but in the end, if you truly want to heal and grow spiritually and personally, you need to face the devil inside of you. You need to face those toxic behaviors inside of you, and they are not there because you are a stupid person. It's simply because you have experienced some imprinting in your childhood that has now created in adulthood, unfortunately, some behaviors that hold you back. This is an energy of draining energy, of something holding you back, or let me rephrase it, of you letting yourself being held back. Let's go to the next pile. It's obviously, you don't have to choose, just to make sure it's all the week for everybody. So it's not about choosing one pile. You get everything, baby. So what I sense here is very much taking responsibility for your own happiness. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, is dreams coming true. The Emperor, if we just look at the energy of the Emperor, it's organizing things, structure, protection. It's the doing. It's all right, I take responsibility. And then, of course, here in the combination for your contentment, your wish fulfillment, your inner peace, your happiness. So there might be some sort of action that you are going to take this week towards this. Especially because we have a jump here, we have a jump here. So that's interesting. We have the jump energy twice. On the other side, there might be a very specific male person, especially because, you see, the Emperor is holding the King. So the Emperor is even higher than the King. And we have 4 kings and queens in this deck, but just 1 emperor and 1 empress. So they would symbolize the one main male person, maybe even soulmate qualities. I know I said the word already here, so there might be a soulmate aspect going on. But no matter how you call it, it might be that there's a very specific person that is related to your wish fulfillment here, and where there might come in a new energy of happiness. There might be a jump into happiness, or contentment and inner peace. There might be a situation related to this person where you now feel at peace. Could be a father figure, by the way, as well, because the Emperor could be a father. Let's go to the next pile, and let's put this beautiful quartz baby a little bit more up. So the Queen of Cups, interestingly, for those people who have watched the yesterday reading for February, the Queen of Cups is one of the energies in the February energies. So the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, is in receiving mode. She's holding her energy of love with her, she's holding the cup here, very close to her heart, and she's not going around and asking everybody if they or he or she wants to have her cup. She's waiting here. She's in receiving mode. She's like, this is my cup, I'm amazing. What comes to me is like, what is supposed to happen is supposed to happen, and the things are approaching me. I attract what I want to experience. I attract the love. I attract everything. I'm in the flow of life. So this is also an energy that we have here, where it is about letting people approach you. Let life, let the universe deliver. Don't just, we do have here taking responsibility and action, which could be something internally, right? But in general, this is also here a card of receiving. So we are in the receiving mode here, but it's paired with the Eight of Swords. So there might be some self-sabotage thoughts where it would be very helpful for you to let go of. Maybe there's something related to self-worth. Like, okay, I want to be in receiving mode, but I don't believe I can get it. And you know what? If you believe you can't get it, then you're right. No matter what you think, you are always right. So it's interesting, because when I talked about the devil, I also was already seeing, and I've done this already I've done this already on the German channel. And what I do on the German channel is I leave all of them upside down, so I don't know what's gonna happen. And I start with turning around the first card. And I remember when I talked about the devil, I had this card as well on my mind, and then it showed up at the end of this row, which is really interesting, because that's just a beautiful confirmation that we are actually also talking about self-sabotage behavior. some toxic aspects of you born out of fear that are that now it's very important to look at those things, because I do feel like with all those good cards in the middle, you are actually able to take a jump into a new higher frequency, into a frequency of joy, into a frequency of abundance, a flow of life and receiving. But you need to take responsibility. You need to take responsibility also of your thoughts and your self-sabotaging behaviors. For some of you, maybe you are in a connection that is not really supporting you in a way that you want to be supported, but on the other side it is supporting you because it is showing you where you still have wounds and where you still have your own toxic behavior that is drawing you into this situation. So it's always a mirror, and it's important to look at these things as well. Okay, let's go to the Lenormand, the bridges and the fish. So the bridges is talking about overcoming obstacles, and the fish can be the flow of life, which is basically everything I already talked about. So I don't feel like I need to go into this again. It's just a beautiful confirmation that we have that this week is about overcoming the devil, overcoming temptations, taking responsibility, having strength and focus on your happiness and long-term fulfillment or your wish fulfillment, and really using this energy to overcome the devil energies in your life and going or jumping into the flow of life here, especially with the fish and the Fool card. And we have the maze and the clock. So I do feel like there's a situation where I somehow, in some aspects, feel like the maze can be related to the maze of thinking, where you are just like not getting out of your way of thinking. And there could be an energy of feeling stuck. And also the maze, and that's the main energy I feel here, is talking about that you are probably in a specific situation or working on a specific situation for quite a long time already, especially since we have the time next to it, which is obviously talking about time. It seems like there is some situation, might be related to the father, might be related to a specific person and happiness, fulfillment, or you taking responsibility of these things. And it might be that you are working on this or are in this situation for quite a long time, and you go left and then there is a hedge and you can go further, and then you need to go the 2 steps back, and then you go right, and first it looks like the right path is the right path out of the maze, but then there is another obstacle and then you need to go a little bit back again. So it's the energy of try and error to find your way out, which is not a straight way. And I feel like in some aspects you are working on a specific situation for quite a while, and it might feel like you are stuck and you're not finding your way out. And believe me, I've been in a maze, and at the beginning it's all fun, and at some point you're just like, I just want to get out. I don't care, I just want to get out. Where's the way out? So I do feel like this last part that I just described is something that you might feel here. It might take a little bit of time though. So be gentle with yourself. Maybe you need to be a little bit patient in a specific situation, because it's not a straight line. Maybe it's a little bit of a try and error energy still. I also got, and that's something that I shared with on the German channel, and I felt like that's very good. But you know what, I'm gonna share it in a second. I just want to show you the other cards because they are very important for what I'm going to share now. We have the Stork and we do have the Mask. So this is talking about all the aspects where you still are wearing a mask. Where do you still hide? Where are you not authentic? out of fear. Maybe you fear being authentic and you think, oh my God, what will other people say? Will other people love me if I show my true self? And so this is how we also build up masks. And there is a big potential to transform those masks, to go into receiving mode, to letting go, and to transform these energies that are holding you back. And that's very interesting also if we see how they relate to the card below, because there is a mask, something is holding you back, negative thought patterns, overthinking things, overthinking energy here, and you being authentic. And that's the energy, how you can transform it, by letting go. This is also a very intuitive card. I feel like you are receiving messages from spirit. If you relax, that will transform these patterns, because I feel like you are receiving inspiration from spirit that is going to show you, let me rephrase it, that is going to give you inspired action to take the steps that are now needed for you to take responsibility for your own happiness, to jump into a new vibration, into a new frequency, and to fully let go of those toxic patterns also within you. And it might be that you are then, even if this is related to a relationship or a person, it might be that you, in that case, are not resonating with this other person anymore, which means maybe you can then let go of the relationship, because you don't need the relationship anymore to mirror something to you, because you have transformed this pattern. And if this other person is then doing the work as well, it might be that you are evolving together. But if this other person is not doing the work, then that might be the case that you are not resonating with this person anymore. Because, like I've said, you don't need the other person as a mirror for those aspects that you now have transformed and healed, and the obstacles that you have overcome here, which are related to the devil energies. The last thing that I wanted to share is that this feels like a healing journey. We all have those devil energies. We all have those negative thought patterns where we believe we are less than we are. We all wear masks because of being afraid of being authentic. And what we do as a collective, as the human collective, is we are working ourselves out of this now. So we're overcoming this. We are going to the flow. We are more and more going into the energy of receiving and trusting, taking inspired action, not action out of fear. Not like, oh my God, shit, I need to do this, fuck. It's like, no, it's like, I feel inspired to do this. I want the best for myself. I want this wish fulfillment and I deserve it. And now I feel like the best thing to do is to be happy and to just go for it. And I'm gonna do, I don't know, whatever it is that you feel inspired to do. But everybody has needs a different medicine. So if you are in a toxic relationship or in a situation where you ask yourself, oh my God, I'm in this maze. I'm in this maze already for hours. How? And days and weeks and months and years, baby. How am I getting out of this? Know that you will get out of it when it is your time, when you have this key moment. And I know there are those cogs, and it feels like there's another one that is being put together and it makes click. And this is the energy I get of this week, that there might be something being put into place. And now the whole thing is going to slowly. It doesn't seem like a fast energy. It seems like that is the missing piece. And now it starts to slowly move forward into a new higher frequency. But we all need different medicine. So don't judge yourself. And don't care what other people think about you. Because we are all on this healing journey. Some of us are more conscious, aware of these processes and of these things we're going through. And some are not. But don't let others say, oh my God, you're so stupid, you're still in this maze. Because that's your own little maze. And don't tell yourself you're stupid just because you're still in the maze, because that's your own little maze. It's your healing maze, basically. And you will find the right path when it is time for you to find the right path. And sometimes that means learning a specific lesson through repeating a specific scenario again and again. How do you learn writing? Not just because you write on one day the letter A, you repeat. So, and that's the energy I get here. It's repeat, it's try and error, but it's your personal medicine that you need to work yourself out of these energies where you hold yourself back, and to jump into the new, into a higher frequency. And I do feel it's going to be a very important week for this. I hope you resonate with the reading. If so, please leave a like or a comment or subscribe to the channel. And I'm looking forward to the next readings. Have a blessed day and happy Imbolc.